Hey, Gerard Wellbrock with you, and we're going to be talking to all the Fort Hays State coaches tonight, and we certainly appreciate their time for joining us here on what would have been the Tiger Auction. You don't get the chance to talk to them live like you normally do at this event. Hopefully we'll be back to that next year, but get a chance to see how they've been handling the pandemic with their programs and what they're moving forward to in the future. And we're joined now by head football coach Chris Brown. And I guess first off, how you and how your team doing handling all this stuff? Obviously it was disappointing news that you wouldn't have a season this fall.
Yeah, it is, but you got to overcome adversity. We got some resilient kids that have done the things we've asked them to do. They're doing some workouts on their own, and shortly we'll be starting up doing some things with them as well. But they're good kids. They work hard. Great time to study. Get on their academics and hopefully get all A's. That's the important time now for them. But I'm proud of them. Just their attitudes have been good. They're keeping in good spirits. Even though we have a lot of different things going on, different things going different ways, but they're ready. They're ready to start working. They just want to get better each and every day.
Well, it's kind of hit during when you'd have your spring ball, and that's always a very important evaluation time for you. And then limited access for this summer. How have you handled the football part of this with the pandemic going on through what was then canceled in your spring and then through the summer?
It was, it was really interesting. I had to learn how to use this Zoom stuff and how to use my computer and, how to share, things on your screen as well. And, so we did a lot with our players, going through that whole time. We had meetings with them, every single day for an hour, showed them plays and watched film, just explained different things to them, just checked up on their grades and see how they were doing, and just communicating with them just to see how they were doing mentally as well. And, it was good for us. It got more personal, with these young men. I think we've gotten closer, to them as well as them with us. And, it was a different time, but it was a good time. And the opportunities this summer that we had, to really work with them one-on-one, it wasn't real stressful. It was just kind of more of a relaxing atmosphere. Kids were social distancing out there and running routes and quarterbacks throwing to them, and defense was doing things as well. And but it was just a good time to just sit back, relax, coach the kids. Don't get too crazy with them. Don't get too upset with them because it was all volunteer, and they called the workouts and they were wanting to do these things. So, and they invited us to these workouts, so we were able to do it with them. But, it went well. I really wouldn't say enjoyed it, but for where we are right now, it was a great opportunity to make them better and just to get to know them a little bit better.
I thought it was interesting, chance in a weird way, because you have spring and you have the summer workouts and then the season starts. It's hectic and crazy. A chance to bond and get closer. And I know Curtis talked about something good's going to come out of all of this. That could be one of them. You would not have probably had the time to do some of those things if you were in a normal season situation.
No, you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have got the opportunity to really get down and talk to these kids and see who they truly are. And if something was wrong with them, we're able to talk them through it and and help them through those situations as well. But just having the opportunity to see them, it wasn't face to face, but to see their face on a screen was even nice. And just be able to communicate with them, through this whole thing because we were so separated. But they're good kids, and they work really hard, and they're going to do the things they need to do to keep themselves in shape. And, they've done those things. We've had to kick them off some facilities just because, we've got things shut down, but at least they're trying, right? They're trying to do things and to make themselves better and make this team better. But, we're all in this together, and, we're going to get through this together.
Fall, and you kind of touched on it, hopefully get a chance to get out there in the practice field, some meaningful practices, but with obviously no games on the horizon. How do you anticipate maybe handling when you're able to get back out there this fall in your workouts and still getting some work in to get yourself prepared for when you do play games again?
It all depends on the safety first of our student athletes. If we can't do it safely, then we'll just kind of do, just individual group work, with each group, and that way we keep the distance and wear masks, when we need to wear masks. But it all comes down to the safety first. If it's not safe for our players or for our coaches or anyone involved, we don't want to do it. So but we're going to try to find ways to get on the field and make our kids better. We're still going to go through our weight program with Coach Boucher. We're still going to do conditioning things as well. It's just going to be very, very small groups, but if it's more work on us, timing wise, it's going to take a lot of time to get through all the groups. But we'll do anything for these kids, and they're part of our family, and we got to take care of them, and we got to have some structure for them as well. So we're going to do it the right way and make sure that we do it the right way, and we'll continue doing the things that Curtis wants us to do, and our athletic department, and Dr. Mason, and all those that know more about this than I do. Because I'm not a doctor, and sometimes I think I am. but I'm not. And so we got to make sure we do it the right way, but we'll find things that we can do and just got to make sure that we do it the proper way and we do it safely.
You mentioned Coach Boucher. Hats off to him. I mean, obviously it happened in the fall or in the spring. You would be doing workouts, but to keep the guys involved and keep them trained and doing the workouts remotely, did a remarkable job.
Yeah, it's hard, sending those workouts to our kids or the kids that work here. I mean, we got a beautiful weight room that can hold 48, 60 kids, and we had 12, one kid per rack. And that puts a lot of stress on him and time, and in his, his GAs as well, because that's a lot of work. I mean, you got probably 10 groups this summer that were coming in, on a daily basis. And he had to work his way through it of, stretching to the weight room to conditioning. And, there's a lot that goes into that. And, he did an excellent job with that, him and his staff.
We had a chance to talk when we knew there was not going to be a season, but the opportunity, when you do get back out of the practice field and whatever the spring may look like, opportunity for some of these kids to take this time to improve themselves athletically and their game could be one of the positives you see out of this, but they've got a great chance right now with maybe a little bit less pressure to try to improve themselves and get better for when you guys play again.
Yeah, it is. It's just a lot about really teaching the game of football to them right now. Because a lot of times when you get into it, it's just your schemes and, that's really all you're doing because that's all you have time for. Now we can really get down and dirty with the techniques and the fundamentals, that it takes to play this game of football. At each position, not just one position, and really teach them our offensive schemes and, how we want things run, offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. And, we're going to take advantage of it, and we're going to make sure our kids, learn, everything that they need to know, about this game of football and their position and, how their position is important to all the other positions. And just got to keep doing it, keep working, and, have fun with it, enjoy it, and just make the best of it that we can. We
do have a couple of questions that have been sent in to us. We appreciate people doing that. First thing we need to mention, the co-coach for a day with Coach Brown, currently at $400. That's a steal, but it needs to do better than that. I mean, you get an inside look at Coach Chris Brown coaching a game. I mean, what more can one ask? I mean, you learn all the ins and outs, the secrets of Tiger football for co-coach of the day.
How to get this nice hairdo, and how to get this
I
nice
do for like how you asked before we went on, how does my hair look? I didn't know how to answer.
But, no, it'll be fun. We'll find a way to make sure that it's interesting, whether it's sitting in on meetings, whatever it might be, eating a team meal with us or whatever we might have to do, to make this thing go. But we'll make sure it's fun for you. We'll make sure you get a shirt. We'll make sure that, we harass you a little bit and have some fun with you. We'll make sure that you're calling some plays, and then I can be in the stands yelling at you, asking you why you called that or why you did that. So we're going to make sure it's interesting.
So it's be a full coach experience.
Yeah, it's going to be a full coach experience. We're going to let you talk to the kids and, see what we deal with on a daily basis. Heck, we'll even let you go to the classroom and make sure they're in class, check their grades, and, all that stuff that we need to do to get their full coaching experience. We can make it more than a day. We'll give you a whole week of it if you win a whole week of it.
Coach may take a vacation.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be enjoyable, but it'll be a good time, and it'll be something that we'll remember forever.
TigerAuction.org. That's where you can bid on all the items, but especially look for the co-coach of the day with Coach Brown. A couple of questions. One, how's your health is one of the questions our viewers have asked.
Good. Everything's good. Everything's been great. And, we took the test last week, and I was clean. So hopefully it stays that way. We got 117 players and 12 coaches and a couple of managers. And that's a lot of people you got to take care of and make sure that they're doing things the right way. And, you're around them quite a bit. So, it's just being safe. That's the most important thing. The issues that I have to be safe and be smart about the things that are going on. And so always got to wear a mask. I mean, we're far enough right now. We're good. But anywhere I go, I wear my mask and I make sure I practice good hygiene and, you social distance. So those are the things that I'm doing to make sure I take care of myself and take care of those around me.
And one other question, the thoughts of getting the year of eligibility back for your players.
It's awesome. I'd love to have those kids every year. I mean, once we have, I'd love to have, a bunch of these guys for 10 more years if they let us have them. But, they deserve it. I'd hate for them to end, their career on just, being cut short, maybe not having a chance to get to the playoffs and things like that. So we're going to have to work some things out to figure out how we're going to get this done. But, we'll figure it out together as an athletic department and make sure we make it the most for these kids and get them that year eligibility back. But, you don't want to cut them short. I wouldn't want to be cut short either, especially if I was a senior. So I think of it as if I was in their shoes and what I would want done. And it's just kind of how we do those things. But we'll be glad to get them back.
Must be one of the reasons auction item number 40 is going to be such an important one this year. And I know you're hearing more about that throughout the night. Coach, we appreciate your time. Hang in there. I know it's been trying for everybody, but we can't wait till everybody's back at Lewis Field Stadium, and we're all enjoying a great Saturday night of Fort Hays State football.
Hey, thanks, Gerard. And, hey, appreciate all you guys for all you do. Empty those pocketbooks, bank accounts, put all that money towards Tiger Athletics. We could use as much as we can. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Have fun.
And I know you're not probably surprised at the Pishney family that's got a party going on.
Yeah, I can see
big
them.
shock there, huh?
Getting after it like they always do. I miss those guys.
Coach, we appreciate it, and good luck here this, I guess, off-season, whatever it holds.